Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September the 20th, 2023. Just doing a real estate tap in with you for today. So, just a couple of things that I saw that caught my attention. There was a big settlement with REMAX in regards to a lawsuit that was brought in regards to the commission structure. And they were sued because the sellers of properties didn't feel it was right that they had to pay for a buyer's agent's commission. So this is going to have some effects when it comes to, dealing with agents, and then how when they get paid, they're going to have to take possibly a lesser commission and have to split it with the buyer's agent, if a buyer agent brings brings the buyer to the table and it closes. So potentially not having to pay a 6% commission to your listing agent's office is going to have some major effects for realtors. Obviously, it's going to save some sellers some money. So that was something that just happened. I think the judgment or the settlement happened last Friday. How it all gets spelled out and what changes like REMAX and other agencies will have to make going forward, that hasn't been fully detailed just yet, but it's in the works. So we'll know more about that later. But they had to pay $55 million as part of the settlement to the lawsuit for those commissions that were paid out by sellers. So it's a pretty landmark decision. You can, just Google REMAX and $55 million settlement, and you can read the story. I'll attach the link too if you want to, read it. Also, looks like refinancing applications have gone up. And it's pretty interesting that they're going up at a time where the rates are going up. And so don't know, how many of those were maybe cash out refinances. But I would have to assume that most of them were cash out refinances, because you typically don't refinance when rates go up, because you're going to refinance most likely at a higher interest rate, so your payment actually goes up. Usually you do the refinancing when rates come down so you can save yourself some money on your monthly payment. So this would tell me that if you're doing a refinance now, even with the higher interest rate, and because of the amount of equity a lot of people have, that they're doing cash out refinances because money is getting tight. If you look at a lot of the data about the savings accounts, money that was in savings, it has come down considerably. And so with the price of everything going up on things, I think that homeowners are feeling a pinch right now. And so maybe they're refinancing, pulling out X amount of dollars, even though the rate is higher. Now you have that cash to kind of help you, with certain expenses, certain bills and things like that. So that's pretty interesting that is happening. That could be a signal, again, to what is going on in the market, the changing of the market, and some of the issues that could be down the line, in terms of people keeping up on their payments and the market taking a downturn and things of that nature. This could be a signal for that. Another signal that we talked about before is student loan repayment. And I'll attach another article to this, is that you have some people who are receiving Social Security benefits who are still paying student loans. That's just mind-boggling that, someone, in that age group collecting Social Security, still paying for student loans. Now that could mean that they went back to school later on in life or something like that. But usually you're paying it from, the time, the college years, let's just say between, 25 and 40. And if you're still having to pay that when you're at your retirement age, and then now that's kicking back in, we could see a lot of older homeowners have some difficulty, keeping up on their payments or their housing payments if they still have them. If they don't, have trouble making their housing payments, it's just going to take money, out of the economy, not only for those older people, but for anybody else who's, having to make those payments now. So that's going to have a big effect on things moving forward. So again, these are just signs of, what is potentially to happen. Those in the housing and real estate market, could feel a significant pinch and cause them to have issues making their payments. So, this is why, again, we're talking about being good at creating notes, seller financing, creative structures on homes, because of the coming market, because of the issues that are going on. Even if people put their houses on the market, it's going to drive down the overall price of homes, because right now we're at about 600,000, I think, active homes for sale. Typically in any good market, we're probably at over 1 million. Between 1 million and 1.2 million is probably a normal market. So, if you get 200,000-300,000 homes come on the market, that's going to significantly drive down the prices of other homes, because now you have more selection. So everybody doesn't have to run to the same house and bid it up. So these are just things that are going on. And again, we want to help people learn about notes, real estate note investing, use private money to invest with notes and in creative deals. So go to the YouTube channel, Abundant Capital Group. There's a bunch of videos on there, and we'll keep putting this out there. If anybody needs help, if they're in a situation, a lot of times we can, help them get what they need and make it profitable on our end through creating a real estate note or doing some type of creative structure. So reach out if you have any questions. Won't be on today at 12:30. Have something to do at that time, but I'll be back tonight 8:30 p.m. if anybody has any questions regarding real estate and real estate note investing. All right, everybody have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.